Hello everyone, welcome to Showing Steam with Rome Schmo. I'm Leah for Romance Schmomance, where we talk about all things romance books. And it has been a couple months since my last podcast episode, which I guess as a new podcaster, it's not surprising that I went on a little bit of hiatus. Life is lifing. A lot has been going on in my life personally and just kind of like my immediate surrounding area or whatever you call it. I'm going to go off script a little bit and just kind of give a life update and then kind of go into books that I've been currently reading and what I'm currently listening to. It's been a bit of a year, honestly, to kind of start things off. Just going to kind of go with a series of events that's been happening and that I've been processing for the past few months. So late January, I lost my cousin very quickly and unexpectedly. It was a matter of a few days. My parents got married at 18 and moved away from Hawaii. My dad joined the military, and so pretty much we were like the only ones in our family that we just ended up living on the mainland, like Washington State. My dad did the whole military thing, moving around with everyone, and he ended up retiring in Washington State. So I spent a lot of my time in Washington State. Washington State is like my home. I spent 20 years of my life there. So we weren't as close to my cousins and like my aunts and uncles as much as we wanted to. But as a kid, I would always travel back to Hawaii and spend a lot of time with my grandma, and I would stay there for the summers. So that was a lot of my memories from those summers that I spent there of my cousin. So it was interesting how I processed that. It was just sad. It's just sad overall just to lose someone so young. And like I was even talking about it with my therapist last week. It's just like, how did I process that? So like that was happening, and she didn't have her celebration of life until March. So I felt like we were just like all collectively going through the motions of preparing for that. And like my parents ended up flying back home to Hawaii to attend her celebration of life and just kind of going through all of that again last month. It was hard. It was sad, but we're overall doing okay. And then February, my family went through it with all kinds of sickness. My daughter came home one day with a stomach bug. I was freaking out because I was like, please don't be the norovirus, which is going around. But thankfully it wasn't. It's just a bug, but she was out of school for a week. And then that following weekend, my husband ended up getting food poisoning, which freaked me out again. Like after I just finished like cleaning and sterilizing the house, I was stressing out and pretty anxious about it, but it was food poisoning. He didn't have norovirus either, thank goodness, but it was terrible for him. Like he was out of work for a big chunk of the week. And then my boys ended up getting a fever. So it's like February was just not a great month, and everyone was going through it. And I was just trying to stay sane, trying to stay healthy, keeping the house clean, make sure everyone was okay. So that was pretty much my entire February. March rolls around. My dad's health has not been as great as it could be. He's been battling type 2 diabetes since 92, 94. So we're kind of at that stage with him where like, yeah, his organs aren't doing as well as they should be. He just needs a lot of assistance. But so he was in the ER a few times between February and the end of March. He finally made a decision which pretty much altered and hopefully bettered his life a little bit more. I mean, it's been a big difference since he made this change, night and day. So he's doing a lot better. But yeah, it was a little bit stressful last month and scary and just a lot. There's been a lot going on. And now we're heading into April, and I'm just kind of at that state of mind where I just don't have any expectations right now. I'm just kind of taking everything a day at a time. My kids are going into spring break next week, so we're kind of slowing things down a little bit, planning out the rest of our month, hopefully taking some family trips somewhere. I don't know. But I'm hopeful for April, but also keeping my expectations extremely low. There's still have a lot going on in my life that I'm not ready to talk about. I'll talk about eventually. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll see how this month goes so far. Things got a little bit gloomy there, but yeah, let's move into some bookish things and see what I'm reading currently, what I've been listening to. So thankfully, my reading has been pretty okay. I've been kind of aiming towards tackling my advanced reader copies. I still have a lot of that on NetGalley and so many others ones that I've signed up for. And I'm trying to tackle my physical books that I haven't read yet. I have like 2 little of those like utility rolly cards. They're full of books I haven't read yet from either ones that I bought secondhand from publishers or just gifted to me from friends. And then I have like maybe 2 sections on my shelves that are full of books that are from like books subscription boxes, which they sound great. I really want to read them. I even have a stack next to my nightstand that I want to get to. So I have at least 2 physical books that I've started maybe a few weeks ago, but I just haven't gone back to them. But I'm going to keep pushing myself to try to get those because I'm really trying to destash my physical books because my husband's in the military. We move a lot. So I would love to not carry so much books, especially ones that I probably may not read. So far this month, I have finished 2 books. One is a reread. It's Firebird by Juliet Cross. I actually read this book with the e-arc, I think a year ago. So I got the audio for it. So I kind of wanted to re-listen to refresh my memory. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I mean, if you know me and follow me, I am a big Juliet Cross fan. I have ARC read for her. I have beta read for her. But this is new. I did not do any beta reading for this one. This was also my first read by Bramble, the publisher Bramble Romance. And honestly, I have no idea what other books they are putting out this year. I really haven't been keeping up with any of their marketing of how they marketed Firebird or any of releases that are coming out this year on a publisher. There wasn't any content warnings that was going on, so I was a little caught off guard about what I was reading, what was happening. In my review, I did include what those content trigger warnings were, and just looking back at a lot of the reviews, they're stating the same thing. So this definitely is not a book for everyone. Yeah, now that I've listened to the audio of this, I'm gonna go rewrite a little bit more of my review, kind of go over everything. I'm still kind of persisting how I'm gonna write a review. I have not been great about writing any reviews this year. They have been like, oh, I love this book. Oh, this book was okay. Like that's been my baseline for writing reviews, which is this year, which is, to me is terrible, but that's just kind of like where I'm at right now. But once I have a more deeper review written, I'll go ahead and share it in the link for anyone that's interested, or feel free to TM me. I can tell you everything about what I read. I would say this is probably one of the darker books that Juliet has written and that I have read about. So yeah. And a book I just finished yesterday is called Failed by Soraya. Apologies if I did not say that correctly. I've been on Threads a lot, and I've been finding a lot of new to me authors on there, and a lot of them have been putting in their ARC signups. So obviously, I've been just looking at them. They listed tropes, and I'm like, that sounds interesting. So this one was an interesting read. It's one that I don't think like the elements that they had in this one. I don't think I read it before, or I haven't read it in a long time, maybe several years. I can only think of one book where there was this secret society. So in this one, the dynamics are a little bit different, and I'm still kind of wrapping my mind around it and seeing how it works. But things I've never read anything like this before. So they're 2 rival surgeons. It's pretty much, I would say, it's close proximity because they are working together a little bit. They work in the same hospital, and they're both vying for the same position at this hospital. And there's definitely tension. It's a slow burn, and that tension is fantastic. I am usually not one to read slow burns, But this year has been changing my mind about that because I've read a few so far that were slow burns and I ended up really liking them. This one I really liked. The only thing that I'm not sure about this one is understanding how the society works. So the MMC, he's the one that is part of the society, and it's like a generational thing. Like his family has been a part of the society for centuries, and now it's up to him, and he's tasked with certain things to do. There's rules he has to follow until he reaches ascension, which for me, when I think of the word ascension, I ended up talking to my friend and I was like, is this like a witch thing? But we're going back and like thinking of like angels, like books with angels. So I was like, is this like a fantasy book? But it's not, it's contemporary. And the whole like ascension part was very interesting. I'm curious to see how the rest of the series goes because this will evolve around 3 different families, all different characters in each standalone. And yeah, it was really good. I really liked it. Just very different dynamics that I'm still trying to comprehend a little bit. So it was really good. It's a long one. It's 500 pages, but I actually read through it pretty quickly. The beginning was a little bit of a rough start. But it was really good. I liked it. So I haven't picked up the digital book that I want to read yet, but I started 2 audiobooks. I started my library, actually no. So my library hold for Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonam-Young lapsed. So I ended up going to Libra FM and I think I have 2 credits left. So I ended up using one to buy the audiobook for that. And I started listening to it. And it's just like, I've been waiting for this book to finally get the chance to read it. And now that I have it, now I just want to go into my physical copy so I can annotate it as I read it because I know this book will gut me emotionally. So I don't know. I might do like a tandem reading between the audio and the physical copy that I have. Who knows? But I barely made it a couple chapters in, but we'll see. And then today, I was running on my treadmill and I was like, well, maybe I'll just start another audiobook. And I got the advanced listener copies to Bold Moves by Emma Berry. And now I'm just like, ooh, I don't know. It was hard for me to listen to it while I was running on my treadmill. So maybe I'll try it again in another setting, maybe not while I'm running. Yeah, so those are my 2 current listens for audio. I don't know what digital copy I'm going to pick up yet, but there's a few arcs that I need to get to because I'm behind. Surprise, surprise. And there you have it. We're a quarter into the new year. I wasn't planning on doing a quarter reading update, but I saw other bookish friends doing it, so now I kind of want to and share some of my favorite books. So I'll be doing. Yeah, so that's my life update and just currently reading. Thank you for being here. And I hope your spring is fantastic. Happy reading.